In high school, Barry Sanders had the chance to break the city's rushing record. In his final game his senior year, his team was up by a lot. The coach was going to leave him in to break that record as he needed just a few yards to break the city's long time record. Barry whispered in coach's ear and told him, let the kids play. Like that record didn't mean a whole lot to him. He just wanted the sophomores and the freshmen to be able to get in and play some varsity action. That's the kind of man that Barry Sanders was, and I believe is to this day. He definitely was in his career with Detroit. Today we're going to find out what Barry Sanders would do in today's NFL. Stay tuned. So here is the first game of Barry Sanders playing in 2024. Wearing the 1990 classic away uniforms for Detroit on Thursday night primetime. Barry Sanders in the backfield. He gets tripped up. 2nd and 5 for Detroit. Nice run by Barry. About a 20-yard run for Detroit. First down. Empty set. Barry's in the backfield. He cuts out to the left. 2nd and 12. Nice tackle by the Chiefs. So he was triple teamed, so that was a horrendous throw. That's on me. Barry moves ahead for a 6-yard gain. Jared Goff runs for the first down. And he dives in the air. Guess not. Barry gets through for 5. Coming to the end of the first quarter. Barry Sanders in for the touchdown. Barry Sanders was always known to, when he scored a touchdown, he handed the ball to the ref. There, he dropped it. Barry Sanders with the gain of 4 or 6. Mike Williams. Sam Laporta with the catch and the first down. Barry Sanders in for a touchdown. Lions. Jamison Williams for the touchdown. What a run by Sanders. Barry Sanders gets away on a screenplay for a Detroit touchdown. What a move by Barry. Sam Laporta. Touchdown Lions. But Barry had a chance to start at the University of Tulsa as a freshman. He was from that area, and he turned that offer down to attend Oklahoma State University, where Thurman Thomas, a phenom freshman, was playing. What a move by Barry, where a phenom freshman by the name of Thurman Thomas was, and the reason that he gave why he wanted to go sit behind Thurman Thomas is because he said he wanted to learn. Man, you don't hear that from today's athletes anymore. All right, so we finished the season 13-4. Let's view the playoff bracket. We are the 3rd seed behind the 49ers and the Cowboys. And then Buffalo's the number 1 seed on the AFC side. Let's look at some stats real quick. Jared Goff, 3,300 yards passing, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Barry Sanders, 23 yards from 2,000 on 303 carries, 1,977 yards rushing, 6.5 yards per carry, 24 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 59 catches, 904 yards, 13 touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 61 catches, 726 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Sam Laporta, 64 catches, 695 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Josh Reynolds with 44 catches and 5 touchdowns. Barry Sanders with 26 catches with 2 touchdowns. On defense, Jack Campbell led the team with 90 tackles. Hutchinson led the team with 15 tackles for loss. He also led the team in sacks with 13. And Brian Branch led the team in INTs with 3. Jared Goff and Justin Fields. This was done before he was traded. So he'll lead the Bears into the playoffs. Looks like the Lions are stuck at their 4-yard line. Jameson Williams with the catch. First down, Detroit. Jameson Williams across the middle for another Lions first down. Jared Goff under center. What a run by Barry. 29 yards rushing on the day on 4 carries. Seven-yard gain for Barry. Josh Reynolds on the catch. Barry puts on the speed burst and gets in the end zone for a Lions touchdown. That is the end of the quarter. Barry with a good pickup right there. Sam Laporta. He's wide open. Barry with the easy touchdown. Barry gets loose on a screenplay for a touchdown, Detroit. Barry, what a run. It's up about 25. Josh Reynolds with the catch. Touchdown, Detroit. No, first and goal. Barry Sanders with yet another Lions touchdown. Jameson Williams with the catch. Barry with a huge gain and another Detroit first down. And I believe that may be his 5th touchdown of the day. Barry gets in again for his 6th touchdown. And that's just like Barry, to take a dive before he scores another touchdown to end the game. Barry Sanders, 28 carries, it looks like, 270 yards rushing. We went ahead and simmed through the Dallas game, winning that one 31-17. Barry Sanders had 129 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 1 receiving touchdown. We now have to play San Francisco, who's a 91 overall. It's Buffalo and KC on the AFC side. Here we go. Barry Sanders playing at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, where the 49ers play. We'll see if he can punch his ticket to his first Super Bowl ever. He just received his NFC Offensive Player of the Year award and also the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Barry, he's going to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Lions. Barry, he's going, he's gone. Touchdown Lions. Barry breaks off another one, 10, 5, touchdown Lions. Barry Sanders with his 3rd TD in the first half. Jameson Williams, 10, 5, touchdown Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jameson Williams with a touchdown catch. And they do not get it. There's the seating on the NFC and AFC side. What a return, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown Lions. Is that Khalif Raymond? It is. And he gets a huge gain. What a cut. Sam Laporta with the catch. There's nothing they can do to stop the rush or the pass. What a move by Barry. Touchdown Lions. And there's Barry Sanders, folks. Josh Reynolds across the middle. Completion by Goff, 7 of 13, 225 yards to Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams comes up with the touchdown reception. Barry with yet another Detroit touchdown. Barry Sanders on 19 carries had 341 yards rushing. So Barry Sanders will not be going to the Pro Bowl, but it's because he made it to the Super Bowl. So Buffalo beats Kansas City. So it'll be the number 1 seed on the AFC side versus the number 3 seed on the NFC side. 5 touchdowns for Barry. Here it is, folks, at Allegiant Stadium, the Super Bowl. The first Super Bowl for the Detroit Lions, the first one for Barry Sanders. We'll see if he can take down Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Barry gets stopped at the line. Jameson Williams. Look at that speed. The 20, the 10. Touchdown Lions. Barry with a 5-yard gain. Barry picks up the first down on a 9-yard carry. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the catch. Jameson Williams is wide open on the play action. Barry Sanders hits the corner. Barry picks up about 11. Great catch by Laporta. Oh, Barry toes the line. What a run, man. And then he cuts back. Barry tiptoes the sidelines. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown down to the Bills' 3-yard line. Barry Sanders gets through the block. Jameson Williams with the catch over the middle. Jameson Williams comes up with a 6-yard catch. Amon-Ra St. Brown holds on to that one. Barry just fighting his way to the end zone. Barry with another Detroit touchdown. So the game is not over, let's just say. Barry fighting for every yard he has as a 5'8", 200-pound man. Barry with another huge run. Sam Laporta is wide open. Barry with the game-sealing touchdown. And they do. Goff only 15 passes on the day, 11 completions. First down, Detroit. Detroit up 42-28 in the Super Bowl with Barry Sanders and the rest of Detroit Lion Nation getting ready to win their first Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions have done it, folks. They have won a Super Bowl with Barry Sanders. Barry gets what he deserves, the Super Bowl trophy. I'm happy for those guys. Happy for the city of Detroit and all Detroit fans everywhere. Barry Sanders with 22 carries for 223 yards rushing. They beat the Bills 42-28. The MVP is none other than Barry Sanders. Like I said, Offensive Player of the Year and Offensive Rookie of the Year. So we sim 10 years into the future. Barry Sanders is 31. He's still on the Lions. And let's check out his stats. So we all saw the first year with his 1,977 yards, 6.5 yards per carry, and 24 touchdowns. His second year, he had 2,093 yards, 7.3 yards per carry, and 23 touchdowns. His third year, he had 2,246 yards, 7.1 yards per carry, and 21 touchdowns. In 2026, he had 2,105 yards, 6.8 yards per carry, and 22 touchdowns. 2027, he had 2,115 yards rushing, 7.1 yards per carry, and 16 touchdowns. 2028, he had 1,732 yards rushing, 6.2 yards per carry, 14 TDs. 2029, he had 2,524 yards rushing at an 8.8 yards per carry mark with 23 touchdowns and close to 150 yards rushing per game. 2030, he had 2,119 yards rushing, 7.7 yards per carry, and 16 touchdowns. 2031, he had 2,119 yards, 6.9 yards per carry, and 19 TDs. And finally, in 2032, he had 2,141 yards, 7.2 yards per carry, 23 touchdowns. He's not retired, and he's number one ahead of Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Donald with 54,619 legacy points. And as you all know, Legacy Leaderboard is like the Hall of Fame. As you can see, Aaron Donald there is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Barry Sanders has 54,619 legacy score, 3 Super Bowls. That's what he deserved. And 4 NFC championships and 30 yearly awards. So what would it be like for Barry Sanders to play in today's game? Well, frankly, he would dominate today's game. There was no one like him, and there will be no one like him ever again. There may be some that rush for more yards, but no one could move like he could. He was a special player and is a special man who is very humble to this day. Well, that's what it's like to see Barry Sanders in today's NFL. If you haven't smashed that like button, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that noti bell so you get all the notifications, videos that I put out. Follow me on Twitter if you'd like. The information's down below. And most importantly, if you would like this video that is on the opposite side of my finger, click on that. That would do me the biggest favor. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And we'll see you soon. Take care.